Hi folks, and good evening once again. This is part 4 of the this is part 4 of the FERGI the service and repair on the little Ferguson record player I've been working on. And anyway, as you can see, I've got let me just adjust the camera so we can see the test instruments. Well, we're out on the zoom all the way. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's just... Alright. Just to adjust the camera. There we go. Let's zoom in. Right. All we're concentrating on is the oscilloscope. I'm putting a 3 volts. A 3 volts, that should be a 1 kilovolt sine wave, but it's not. It's not, that's wrong. Some shit. Oh yeah, it is, yeah it is. Yeah, it is. I'm putting in a one kilohertz sine wave at 3 volts, which basically is what the original pickup cartridge would say. That's what the original pickup cartridge would drive it at. So about between 3 and 5 volts. So let's turn the record player on. And we're on. Turn the volume up a bit. Should start to warm up. There we go. One's warming up faster than the other, but they're catching up. There we go. That's not bad. I've heard worse. Whoops. There we go. Right. It's obviously no tone adjustment because we don't get that on a sine wave. But that's... There we go. Not bad. What I want to do... there we go. And let's turn that down. Yeah, really, what I need to do is get a dummy load. Because that sine wave is not very nice in your ear, is it? You know, it's but both what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn it off. I'll leave it there. They're about level. So what I'll do, I'll turn it off. And what we'll do, we'll try one of these ECC8. We'll try one of these EL84s. We'll take this good one out, put that there for a minute, and these are the two that were originally supplied with the record player when I purchased it. Let's put me buddy ollies on, and we'll see which one's weaker out of the two, because I know one of them is. One might even be stronger. I think it goes in that way. Yeah, so let's turn that on. Now the one's going to warm up before the other one. One will warm up before the other. Right. Because the other one's been warm. There we are. Now as you can see, that one I've just put in, that's a really weak valve. That's really weak, isn't it, folks? That's piss poor, that. That is really piss poor, isn't it? And pull that one out. Put that there. I mean, I won't throw it away, I'll keep it for testing. But it is fucked. Let's put the next one in. So I knew one of them was weak. I knew one was weak. Let's turn this one on. Right, don't worry about the frequency counter just in view at the bottom. That's not doing nothing, it's just on. Right. See about this one. Now that's a good strong one, that's not bad. So that one's not bad. But I think, so that one's a good one, that one's okay, so what I'll do, I'll put that in my box of good ECC. In fact, what I'm going to do, while I'm here, because I've got quite a few. I think my neighbours are smoking marijuana again, I can smell it. Right, I've got a few ECC 83s. 84s, sorry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test them all. I'm going to test all the ECC 84s I've got. Sorry, EL 84s. I'm going to test all of them. And see. You know, compared to that nice good strong one that's in there. And I can even match them up. Well, we've either got a wire off. Oh, there we are. There. And that's a good one. See, that's another good one. That one's okay. Yeah, that's not bad. So we'll turn that one off. And we'll put that one on this side with that one, because that one there's a bad one, it was a low one. And oh no, that one there's a good one. That one right at the back's a bad one. Yeah. You see, it makes sense to test them. It makes sense to test them. And at least that way, the weak ones can be saved for testing. And the strong ones can be saved. I mean, one's taking its time to warm up because one's cold. There we go. And that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. The only thing is my scope lead keeps moving. And I keep losing the signal. There we are. There we are. That one's okay. I thought that was a bit of a problem then. It was just loose. Right, let's put that one back in the box. Right, let's put that back in that box. That's... Oh, it's hot. It is hot. Alright, so that one's a good one. And I mean, it helps to have good ones. I mean, there's another one, EL84. It's always nice to test these because people on eBay ask really stupid money for them. You know, they think everybody on eBay, they think everybody on the planet's a dick. And they'll pay what they want because it's an EL84. Well, I won't. I've got a lot. I've got a few of them. There we are. That lead keeps coming loose. Get on. As you can see, that's a good one as well. And my scope lead's just come off. Let's just get this lead on properly. There we are. Right, and that's another good one. See, I'm comparing them all to the one that's in there, which has got no burns on it, never run hot. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a good valve. So I'm comparing them against that one. And I think that's the way to do it. Right, let's see where we get with this one. Always check the R on the EL84 just in case it could be a fucking ECL86 or something fucking daft. There we go. Give it a jiggle. There we go. In we go. To about there. There we are. Oh. That sounds about right. That noise in your ear is horrible though. I've only got one more to test. But these all look physically okay anyway, but you know, they're I mean, you're supposed to leave them on. I mean, this one says it's an ECL82, but I know it's not. I know it's an EL84 because I wrote on the packet, and I wrote that's my writing. It says on anyway, EL84. This is one of the new yellow writing ones. That was done for warranty reasons, so people couldn't keep taking them back, saying they were faults, and get the replacement valve. That was why that was done. That's why it was changed. Some people who don't know what they're on about think it was done because there were better quality valves. Well, that one's warming up, but that's about right. I think that might be slightly a bit lower, but slightly, but that's not bad. See, I don't want to let them run too long because I don't want the fuckers getting too hot. The reason why I don't want them getting too hot is because I've got the fuckers in my hand and I've got to put them back in the packagings, so I don't want them too hot. But they are good valves, and the only one really, was it that fucker? It was one of these two fuckers. I think both of these were weak. Let's just check. I think both of these were weak. Just double check. There we go. Let's turn the amp on. Yeah, that one's a bit lower. What are you on about?
I was looking at a picture of Spot and it looks like it was a picture from when he got neutered because his ball area looks red. Has it? No, it can't be when he got neutered.
Well, that one's not bad. That one's not bad. That one's okay. So let's just pop this one in. I think this is a weak one. Yeah, this has been really hot sometime. Mind you, that one has an all. But I think this is the weak one. This is one of the ones out of this amp. Come on, you cunt. Do you know, I've been pushing these in now, no problem. There we go. And that one there's still full. Ow! That one there's red hot because it hasn't been pulled out. There we go. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that's the weak one. Yeah, that's the weak one because look how strong that one is. That's a good strong one. That's like pretty much like the rest of them. So what I'm going to do, pull that one back out, put this one back in. There we go. Right, so that one there's a weak one. So I'll put a note on that, I'll make a note of that. Right, and the other one should warm up and we should be getting emission from it now. There we are. And they're about equal. Well actually, down! Well actually, what I'm going to do, that one's a bit lower. So what I'm going to do, take that one out. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, folks, here. Here's what I'm going to do here, folks. I've decided the two I'm going to use. There you go. Right, the two I'm going to use is that one that's in there and that one, because they seem to pull up really quickly. That one, other one's a bit lower because it'll come up in a second. There we go, look at that. They're about the same. Right, I'm going to leave them ones in, folks, because I'm going to leave them two in because I think they're the best out of all of them. They seem to be the best matched. So that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving it like that. And that one I'll have to mark. And then I know it is because it's the only one. That one's nice and clear. I mean, there's probably nothing wrong with that. I don't think there is, but that one's nice and clear. That one's nice and clear, and that one's actually got hot. But it doesn't red plate, so I'll keep that one as a spare for testing. You know, when I'm getting no sound out or something, I'll keep it as a spare for testing. Anyway, that brings us to the end of part 4 of this video series on the Ferguson. I can't remember what model it is. I can't see it offhand. It's printed somewhere on it. I can't see it somewhere. But anyway, it brings us to the end of this little record player, and it's been a real treat to work on this. Actually, it's a nice little player. And oh, by the way, folks, it's fucking snowing again. Never rains but it pours. If it don't rain, it fucking snows. What a load of shite. Anyway, listen. That's all my EL84's tested, and like I say, I've gone for the two. I've gone for the two that I think. Will give me the best results. I mean, that top one warms up quicker than the bottom one once, you know, but as you can see, we zoom in, There you go. That's about right, that. I'd say that's about right. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully the next time we see this little player, it'll have a record on the turntable rather than all this shit connected to the fucking pickup wires. You know, we'll what I do want to do, I want to find out how many watts it does, but I can't bear that fucking noise in my head. Right, that's like I say, folks, that's it for now on the little record player, and thank you very much for watching, and more to come later. And as I say, next time you see this, hopefully we'll be playing a record rather than having all this stuff connected to it. But I'm happy because I now know that I've got two valves in it that are nicely matched, and you know, it's I know I can now give the amplifier a good bill of health. The IEC lead is done and looking good, and that's pretty much it. Everything's sorted. I've just got to put a cartridge in it, which I've not done yet. But hopefully it'll be done by the end of the weekend, and it'll be playing records. And it's also earthed as well now. It's also earthed. So if there's, you know, and it's also had a fuse in it as well. Turn that off. Right, folks, thanks for watching. More come later. Bye for now.